gentlemen, podcasting since 2005. You're listening to Gamertag Radio with your hosts, podcaster Hall of Famer Danny Peña, the always opinionated Paris Lily, and from outside of the norm, Peter Toledo. This is Gamertag Radio.
Everyone, welcome to Gamertag Radio episode 1244. This is your host, Danny Peña. And this week we have no Paris. He's going to be joining us hopefully next week. Stay tuned. But also we have another co-host, Pete. What's going on, Pete? What's up?
What up?
What up? What up? All the way from Europe. How's everything over there, man?
It's cold.
Still cold. Still cold.
Cold. Like I woke up this morning and it was -1. And
wow.
Jumped on my scooter and took off to the farm because that's what we do here in Switzerland. We go to the farm and we get fresh eggs, and I got fresh ground beef and fresh veal, some onions and fresh like homemade butter because that's what we do here.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was great for breakfast, and then I'm making a big pot of chili because it's cold, and there's nothing better than a nice hot bowl of chili.
Sounds delicious.
Thanks.
And also joining a special guest, my beautiful wife, Rihanna. What's up, Rihanna? What's up, Ree?
What's good? What's good, Danny?
That's good.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah.
I am very excited for our conversation today.
Yeah. You know what? The other day, Ree hit me up. She's like, hey, are you guys planning to talk about Apex on the next show? I'm like, I don't know. Can I be on? I have a lot of things to say. I'm like, all right, every time there's a new season, I always bring Ree here.
I think that's the last 2 seasons. It's like we've had Ree on. That's right. And I think now I know that's why Paris doesn't come on the show on this day.
He's like, Apex, I'm good.
He's prepping for the Super Bowl. He's doing whatever he's going to do to battle Ka in his little cook-off battle. Yeah.
Oh God!
And now he's got to do whatever he can right now. He's got to save face. Poor Paris.
Oh man.
Yeah, he's definitely on the back foot now. He's
against the ropes, all bloodied right now. Oh man, he's going to need a rock. He needs a Rocky moment right about now.
Yeah, it's like back to back. But by the way, P, are you going to watch the Super Bowl from there or no?
Hell no.
Oh, you're going to try. Hell
no, I ain't trying to stay until 2:30 to watch the Super Bowl. Nah.
Is that gonna be that late over there? Really?
Bro, I am 9 hours away from you. What time does the Super Bowl start for you?
I believe 3:00.
3:30.
3:30 our time.
Right. So midnight is when the game would technically start. So you figure midnight, 12:30. Hell no.
Hey man. Hey.
Hell
sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. If it was your team playing.
No.
Not even like that? Okay.
Even if it was even Denver, with Russell Wilson and the horrible gameplay we had this past season, even though they picked up Sean Payton, hell no. It's still not happening. Right. Nah, man, my sleep is more important, dude. No way.
All right, okay.
I need all the beauty sleep I can get. I need it.
You don't have to attack, but I'm just asking questions, that's all.
Yeah. How dare you, Danny?
I know, right? All right, everyone, head over to gamertagradio.com. Listen to our past episodes. Also, you can find us on any podcast app. Just search for Gamertag Radio. We're there. Follow us, subscribe, or post a review. Will help us out a lot. Now, if you would like to be part of our family discussion, here's how you could contact us.
Send us your feedback or questions. Give us a call at 786-273-7GTR. Email us at fanmail@gamertagradio.com or leave a message on speakpipe.com/gamertagradio.
All right, so we have a couple of topics here, and I want to start with this. Pete, I'm a huge fan of Alan Wake.
Mm-hmm.
The game is one of my favorite games from the Xbox 360. And it looks like part 2, which is now considered a horror game, is now playable from start to finish. The only thing that right now Remedy is doing is working on, polishing it, any bugs they're gonna remove that slowly and everything. And the game officially coming out later this year, man. How excited are you? Because I remember when I got a review copy of Alan Wake, I took it to your house in Miami, and I put a camera to the side because I just want to record Pete's reaction the first few minutes of him playing the game. And man, you were freaking out, but at the same time, you were having a blast. Now, the first game is not a horror game; it's a more like a suspense type game, right?
Suspenseful thriller.
Yeah, thriller. Yeah, something like that. But I don't see this as like a horror game like the second one.
Okay.
You know, so which I think the second one's gonna be way scarier than this, man. Way much. But your thoughts? Are you excited? Are you hyped? Is this one of your games that you're excited to play this year or what?
Yes and no, right? Yes, in that sequels, sequels always come with that little, is it going to live up to the first one, right? That's always going to sit on the shoulder, of the title of the sequel, whether it's number 3, number 4, etc. It's always gonna sit there. Like, will it live up to the hype of the first one? And yes, the first one was great. The first one was fantastic. You captured my jump scares. You captured my gut in profile view. Okay, that was not helpful. I did not appreciate that, but we take those L's.
Yes.
But yes, I'm looking forward to it simply because I want to see the continuation of the storyline. I want to see the next step, right? The next move. What happens? How well they can do is going to rely purely on the writing, because I think that was one of the strongest things about the story of Alan Wake. And obviously the world, right? Control, etc. You have all these. You have this whole living universe now that you can tap into for storyline and things like that. So I'm hopeful, right? We also know that Remastered that came out October of 2021. Allegedly, and this is according to one of the developers, still has not generated any royalties for the studio. And so I don't know, or I hope that Alan Wake 2 will help boost sales, or at least the upcoming launch of the title when it does come out helps generate a little bit more equity towards people coming to say, oh, let me check out the first one if they haven't played it in the past. It's a phenomenal game. Story writing is great. Obviously, again, you have a whole world of, you have a whole universe of characters now with Control, etc. So I want to see what it can do, especially now with new generation, new tech, etc. It's going to look and play a lot better for number 2. So fingers crossed.
And now for you, Rhea, are you planning to play this at all, or at least be in the background and see me play? Because I know you're not a fan of horror games.
To quote your co-host here, hell no, absolutely not. I am not playing that scary game.
Yeah,
but I will gladly watch you play.
Okay,
from a safe distance.
All right, well, we could try. By the way, your mic is loud again for some reason. There you go.
Better?
Yeah, much better. Yeah, much better.
Okay,
yeah.
sorry.
We gotta fix that. I find that strange.
Yeah.
It goes up.
We'll figure it out.
It goes up quickly. But it's all good. So now
there's a ghost. There's a ghost in my XLR.
Yeah, I don't know. I really enjoy Control. That was also one of my favorite games that came out that year. Control is really good. And also had parts and the Easter eggs of Alan Wake. So I wonder how they're gonna change it from part 1 to this, like how different it's gonna be and all that stuff. So I'm very excited to try it out, man. Remedy is really good when it comes to writing.
Yeah,
writing stories.
And I'm curious if they're gonna bring in stuff from like Quantum Break. Or, So
are they all 3 connected universes?
Yeah, they're all connected. Mm-hmm. Even Max Payne supposedly is connected too, because when you play Alan Wake, there is Easter eggs there of Max Payne in there,
and
when you play and when you play Quantum Break, you see stuff about Alan Wake in there too, and same thing with Control, and there's also DLC in there. And it's funny because a couple years back when I went to E3 and Remedy was there showing off Control, I think it was Control was published by 505 Games, I believe, during that time, and And I asked the developer, like, hey, is this new game connected to the previous games that they worked on? And he started laughing. He's like, oh, I can't say much about it. I'm like, all right. So that means yes. That means yes. Yeah. But yeah, I know they're all connected. I know there's videos that explain how is everything connected and everything online. Just search for it. But yeah. Pete, so another topic I want to bring up, because I was very surprised about this. Supposedly, the developers worked on Division 2, which is massive, accidentally sent out an update a couple days ago to promote the new season that was coming up for the game, which is crazy that there's still content coming out for that. Because it's been a while we haven't played that game. But the update messed up the entire game, basically, that is almost impossible to send out updates to the game because of that last update, which I found it strange. I've never heard anything like that before.
Right.
So, I mean, what's going on with Ubisoft lately, man? I don't know. Like, overall, it's been kind of disappointing.
So what happened was like last week they pushed out a localization patch to the Division 2.
Sure.
In the patch ended up breaking something else. So in massive, attempt to try to rectify the situation, they pushed a patch that ended up breaking the build generation system for Division 2. And if you've played any of the Division games, you know how important this is to the core gameplay. And so as a result, they were unable to patch the game until the system in general was rebuilt. Now, as a Division Ubisoft fan, it's extremely disappointing to hear. Obviously, Danny, you and I have been to countless events. We know people at Massive, at the rest of their studios, so people that are, keenly part of the Division experience, and it makes me wonder what's going on in either their QA or their project management teams, because the struggle that they're going through over this past week is pretty intense. Is it it makes me wonder, is it a staffing or a budget issue, or was it just like somebody messed up bad, right? Somebody pressed a button they weren't supposed to. I'm no game developer, but even with like a massive bungle like this, no pun intended, and as someone who's been in IT for a little bit over half my life on this planet, I find it difficult to believe that there was like no QA process to prevent this from happening. And B, what is like their backup restoration process? Usually in something from an IT perspective, whether it's systems or it's applications, there's always revisions that you can revert back to if something breaks, that's a consequential break completely. It's essentially system development 101, right? Thankfully, according to Ubisoft and Massive, as of Friday afternoon or Friday evening, depending on where you live, they announced that they had successfully issued a server-side patch and were completely back online. But again, it makes me wonder what's going on at Ubisoft in 2023. First, you have share drop 20% when they had poor sales and performance. Then you have Guillemot, whatever, however you pronounce his name, the CEO, blaming the staff for said sales and performance figures. Then you have Ubisoft employees striking in solidarity over poor working conditions, although no layoffs are expected or have happened. Then you've got a Division update issue. And now a 17-year veteran of Ubisoft, Jean Guidon or something like that, the creative director of Black Flag and Origins, announced his resignation from Ubisoft Montreal. That's 5 major negative announcements in as many weeks as we've had in 23.
They also had that Skull and Bones
delay.
update.
Yeah.
Delay, right. So there's 6, right? So they're already over the week count, right? So they're literally 1, 2, 3, like every week they're like, we're going to hit you with something else, right? How much more can happen to a company like Ubisoft before maybe another company comes in and swoops in to support them?
I mean, from my perspective, it's really hard with a dev studio like Ubi because they are so big and because there are so many sub studios and they all operate very differently. And obviously Massive made a huge mistake, and hopefully there's not a huge impact to people who are still playing Division 2, whoever that is. Hope you're having fun with it. But there's many different companies, and some of them are okay and a lot of them aren't. And overall, it does point to leadership, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, I remember when we would go to E3 and we'll check out like all the press conferences, and sometimes Ubisoft press conference has always been like on top. It was either that or EA. They were always batting it out. There was even events where Ubisoft had a better press conference than Sony and Xbox and Nintendo, like back in the days. You know? And there was also a time that was nonstop releasing great games for years, and I don't know what's been going on over there. Like for the past few years has been not that great. I think the last great game was the Phoenix Rising.
Immortals Phoenix Rising.
Yeah, Immortals Phoenix Rising. I think that was the last game that I can think of. There was
people like Valhalla. Valaha.
Yo, that was funny though. But congratulations though to the team who won the first Grammy. That was pretty cool. At least that something positive came out from that. Valhalla. There you go. So but yeah, we'll see. I hope things change over there. Even the community team that worked on the Division 2, because for those that don't know, almost got a job over there. We talked about this many times in the past, but
all of us.
The whole team, all of us, yeah. But yeah, the whole team, they're not there anymore. So I don't know who's handling the community team from Massive. So yeah. We'll see. Yeah. So Ree, I know a couple years back, Psychonauts 2 came out. You got to play it. You loved it so much. You completed the full game. You even got emotional in certain parts of the game, right? And that was our game of the year. So just a couple of days ago, it was announced that there's a documentary of the making of the game behind the scenes. I think it's like a 30-part video docuseries. It's available on YouTube, which I told you the other day we got to watch it because we love this game so much. We also have friends, James and Elise. They're in the game too. One of the characters from one of the main missions that you do in the game, they're in there too. So I'm excited to watch this. Like, how excited are you to check this out?
I'm so excited. I adored the world of Psychonauts 2, and I never played the first one. Still haven't gone back and played it, but that game was so important to me that I'll watch literally anything that has to do with it. And I love BTS docs. Like it's a really great opportunity for fans and even people who maybe don't specifically love that game to just see the process of making a game, because it is a little bit mysterious if you've never worked around dev. And I think it's wonderful that they're putting it out on YouTube and that you can watch it for free, because this content is the kind of stuff that gets people excited about making games, interested in, learning more, and we should have a lot more of it.
And I believe probably one of the episodes, they probably have a video where the E3 demo, which Pete went to that session. I think that was 2018, I believe, right? 2018 or 2017.
17 or 18.
One of those, 17 or 18. And how was that, Pete? Like behind the scenes, like because usually when we go to these sessions, it's very organized. You don't see no mistakes. Like everything is nice. But behind the scenes, they're probably stressed, nervous. Oh my God, something messed up. Let's not make this obvious so the media, the creators don't see this, because then it will be like all over social media. Was there anything like that? Because it's most likely we're probably going to see that in the docuseries.
Surprisingly, for us, right, the people that are not behind the veil, I saw no problem as far as like a production value or any hiccups. I'm fairly certain that it is absolute chaos and destruction in the background. Everybody's running 125% on absolutely zero sleep. So mistakes do happen. A 32-part, 20+ documentary episode thing. I don't know if or 20+ hours of video. That's, man, you could like watch one a week. So you don't have even if you watched one a week, you would still go over a year of watching it, right? Almost. So, but I'm going to watch this in bits. That's not something that I could watch like full on for
the whole thing.
The whole thing. 20+ hours. Come on, think about that, man. That's a
Yeah, I think you'd have to pick and choose which episodes.
Not even
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
Go in order, but like watch it like once in the morning. Like wake up, watch a clip, and then like go on with your day or something like that. It might be better for something like that. Or like watch
like background while you're working,
dinner or something like that, right? Just like watch it and like or having breakfast. But I mean, I was super hyped for the game when I got the chance to preview it at E3. I remember the conversation after that. Like we were all like, "Oh man!" I think I was the only one who got to see it. I don't think you and Paris got to see it though.
Yeah, we couldn't get the scheduling.
I mean, those are the 3 days. 52 plus episodes. There's no way that all three of us could see some things at the same time. But yeah, it was and still is an amazing game. And I think all three of us put it in our top 5 for last year.
That wasn't last year.
Or 2 years ago, sorry.
2 years ago.
2 years ago when it came out. It was in all of our top 5s. So, it shows why, right? Because it's just such an amazing opportunity. Actually, I'm looking at it, E3 2019. Looking at it right now.
Wow, so it was the last E3 that we went.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. This whole thing that happened in 2020, it kind of like messed us up with like the years and everything,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's wild. Very wild. All right, next topic, which I know Ree is very excited to talk about this. The new season of Apex Legends. Now, every time there's a new season, and if it's like a big season, I was like, all right, Ree, you got to come, you got to talk about it. If it's something small, we're like, I don't want to talk about it. But this is big, right?
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. It's Apex 2, right? Like it's changing the entire game. So buckle in. This is going to be fun.
Hope you're ready. Hope you're ready for this.
Season 16 Revelry is coming. This is the 4-year anniversary of Apex's incredible stealth drop. If y'all don't remember day one, we hadn't heard anything about this game. We all thought it was going to be another Titanfall. And surprise, surprise, like it is one of the best BRs out there. They are changing a lot. There's no new legend this time around, and we have confirmed from the lead devs that there will not be a new legend for a while. However, they are changing the entire class system. So there will now be 5 different types of legends. So in addition to your ultimate, your passive, and your tactical for each character, they will also have an additional perk depending on which type they are. So the 5 types are Skirmisher, Recon, Controller, Support, and of course Assault. And the Assault legends will be Mad Maggie, Fuse, Ash, Revenant, and Bangalore, Danny's Bane.
Yes.
They're going to be the people who like start fights. They're the instigators. They, focus on initiating combat. Their perk is that they'll have a red loot box that can open a secret compartment that'll have rare, blue, or better attachments for the guns, depending on what guns you and your squad are rolling with. So pretty nice, but not like the most game-changing
and
update.
You get an extra stack of ammo per inventory slot.
And you get an extra stack of ammo in each inventory slot. So quite a bit more ammo, because if you're stocking like 5 deep, then you have 5 additional mags. They didn't get the best, I would say, out of everything, but it's decent if you're going to be shooting a lot of people. Skirmisher legends are Pathfinder, Wraith, Valkyrie, Mirage, Horizon, and Octane. This one is the deepest stack of legends. They're going to be, the people who have movement, mobility. You're going to get into fights. You're going to get out of them really quickly. They will be able to see the best item in any care package as it's falling from the sky. So depending on how, good your resolution is, this is pretty far distance that you can see. And you can also ping it for your teammates to see. They can also see when a care package has already been looted. So you don't have to go run over there. And it's an information perk, right? It's not necessarily going to change the way your loadout ends up looking, but it will change the way that you decide where to go. For the Recon legends, that is Crypto Seer, Vantage, and Bloodhound, my boo. They're going to be the information trackers, right? So they're going to get intel on where the enemies are. This one is wild. So if you remember Crypto's map room, they have a ping that lasts, for now, 30 seconds where you can see all of the enemy positions on the map. Now, just think about in a battle royale how long 30 seconds is, right? That is a long freaking time to be able to see where all the enemies are. I absolutely think they're going to dial this down. It has to be nerfed.
That's too long. 30
far too
seconds
big of an
is
advantage.
way too long, I think.
It's far too much, especially if you could hypothetically roll all 3 of your characters, just consistently keep pinging it. That's a minute and 30 seconds. That's 90 seconds knowing exactly where the entire map is. Too much. But enemies within certain range will know that you've used a scan beacon. So similar to what you remember is like the polls that characters will go up to, plug in and scan everything. It'll work similarly, except this time much more powerful. We're getting through it. 2 more. Controller legends will be Catalyst, Watson, Caustic, and Rampart. They will be able to bunker down, keep people out of certain areas, and set up control scenarios. They can look for the next ring, so they'll have a ring scan beacon. So similar to the one that shows you where the enemies are, but this time they're going to be able to see where the next ring is. We all know how that works. It gives you information on where you need to be in the next few minutes so that you can hold up there. This is the best one. Support. Newcastle, Lifeline, Loba, and Gibraltar. They will be able to focus on team survival, supply, beefing everybody up so that you can last longer in the game. They'll have a secret compartment for looting, just like Lifeline has in the past with the blue crates, and you can get some extra survival items. However, they can also recraft down players' banners after they have expired. So I'll say that one more time. They can recraft the banners of any down players on their team after they've already timed out. And it only costs 30 mats at a replicator, and you can get both of them for 30 mats. So let's say, Pete, Danny, and I are in a party together. I die, Pete dies, Danny survives. At the very end of the freaking round, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes later, if he finds a replicator, he can just bring us back.
That's going to be wild.
How ridiculous is that? We can never count people out at that point.
So you can craft the banner, but you still have to get back to call them in. You don't just bring them back immediately.
But you could, if you're a support class, you could carry a respawn in your inventory. Remember. So this becomes very game changing, especially late game, where people may just say, okay, my teammates are downed. I'm, going to just peace out of here and run to the final circle and just wait and then bring them back at the very end.
So do you think it's going to be way too many people doing that, you think? At the same time? At first,
yes, because it's a new toy to play with. Yeah. But eventually we'll see in meta how effective it is because, of course, you're coming back underpowered and under-equipped. Yeah, but it really depends. I mean, if you come back as a Rampart and you want to just spin up that Sheila the very end of the game, it's possible, right?
Yeah.
It becomes very, very powerful if used right.
It reminds me every time there's a new quest or something new when we play Fortnite and you have to go to a certain location, everybody's there. Everybody. So you have to wait a couple of days later. Once everything calms down, then you could go to that area. So I feel it's going to be the same thing with Apex. Everybody's going to be doing that at first, I think.
Yeah. It's going to be hot for a while.
So it almost seems like Pathfinder gets to still keep his ring console ability as well, though, right?
There's individual legends who have, perks or passives that are similar to these new ones, depending on the class. And I think they're going to be doing some tweaking. They've announced that they're definitely going to do some legend balances down the line. For now, Bloodhound and Seer have both been nerfed, so the scan meta is a little bit less strong. Horizon isn't going to be able to fly into the air and shoot you right in the face. She's going to get a little bit more of a weapon sway. Wraith and Pathfinder are getting better mobility, so they're able to move faster. On Wraith's Dimensional Rift will move twice as fast, and Pathfinder's wires will be colored differently, and they can actually take you around faster than the normal wires that are already there. Mirage gets a little bit of a buff when anybody hits decoys. It'll ping wherever that person is, and you can alert that to the rest of your team. And it also gives both Mirage and whoever they're reviving a few seconds of invisibility, so that it's not just Mirage that's invisible or just the person lifting up, as we've seen in the past. And then Lifeline's ultimate comes down a little bit faster. So there's, not so much of a wait time with the care package. So they've done a few tweaks to the existing legends, and I'm sure they'll do more. Since they're not adding anyone, they have a lot more opportunity to do balancing.
Question, and how's it been like the reaction from the Apex community? Because they're very vocal online, and I haven't really been seeing much. So I just been seeing new season, but like actual feedback from them, what they've been saying about it.
What's so great and why I applaud Respawn and just the community team in general is the fans feel heard, right? Like high level players especially. Ranked is getting a lot of rework. Arenas is gone, which I know is a controversial decision, but they're just like, people don't like it anymore. They feel like it's just a hunting ground and it's a bloodbath every time they're popping it out. They're adding team deathmatch, so it's going to be in the rotation and for a while, and then it goes into the mixtape, the mixed playlist after that. And in order to try to slow down Smurf behavior, Smurfs being, high-level players who create new accounts just to like roll through all of the noobs and in the general BR, not in ranks. They're adding, they're adding orientation matches to combat those bad actors, right? So they're adding a requirement to go through a certain number of orientation matches. I think it's like 10. And they will have bots in those lobbies. So it becomes a little bit more approachable for new players, which they anticipate seeing a lot of since this is a big change, right? Like everyone's basically relearning their legends anyway. So attracting the new players, you go through these orientation matches. If you've played Overwatch competitive, you'll see the same thing in that game, where you get some time to practice, you get some time to figure out what your play style is, adjust to these new classes, and figure out what comps you like with your friends, and you don't have that pressure of like everybody already knows this game like the back of their hand. Like we're all sort of starting from square one again, which is great. There's also a new weapon, Energy AR. It's like a little baby devotion. And like there's tweaks that we'll see, but what's really exciting is it seems like they're really just going for reset. Like let's start over. We're cutting entire game modes. All of the legends are going to be like brand new, and like everybody come try it again.
Yeah, like we have fun with Arena, but I guess people just stopped playing it, and they probably saw
it got bad.
It got really bad.
It got bad after we stopped.
Yeah, but it was fun when it came out. It was a lot of fun. Are you excited to try out this team deathmatch
of
mode?
Course.
Yeah.
It seems like it takes the best elements of Control minus all of the frustration that we felt when we tried it. Yeah. So it's 6v6. You get best rounds out of 3, and you're respawning and coming back. You get a chance to try to figure out your shit. But
and not just that,
I don't know. I'm just excited about it.
Swap your loadout or your legend when you respawn and in between rounds.
Yes,
your shield regenerates automatically. First team to 30 kills wins. First team to win 2 rounds wins. Airdrops land mid round with better weapons.
I gotta check it out.
And if you have one of those, what is it? The skirmisher legends, right? Then you can see what's in those care packages.
Yep.
Wow! Can't wait. Can't wait to check it out.
I'm actually excited for it. I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm hopefully to add a little bit more Apex to my gameplay repertoire.
Yeah, because you haven't played Apex in a while, right, Pete?
I play it sparingly, right? It's more.
It's been just all PUBG all the time.
Yeah, when it's not PUBG or Ready or Not or Escape from Tarkov. Apex. Usually, I have to go and reinstall Apex to play it, and then it's just like I play it for a little bit, and then we just end up all going back into PUBG, anyways. But it always there's always a small place in my heart for Apex. It's always a lot of fun, so I'm always in for it.
I'm telling you, I think that's the game that surprised me the most, that it came out of nowhere. And I remember the smart marketing, by the way, the YouTube creators and streamers, they were posting pictures like, oh, the next battle royale. So everybody thought it was a Titanfall game, battle royale Titanfall game.
Yeah. Another shadow drop. Another shadow drop. Ultra wide support.
Yeah. Actually, that's the game that I still haven't played it yet. On my new monitor, I haven't tried it out yet. So hopefully, I'm probably gonna do that.
You should get some games in
before Tuesday. So yeah, I can do that.
And you got to try a legend besides Bloodhound, Danny. I know you love her. Not Bloodhound. Sorry, Bangalore.
Yeah, there are other players. There are other characters.
Yeah.
Hey man, she's a beast. Don't hate. It's all good. P, any questions for Ree about Apex, or are you good?
I know, but do our listeners or viewers know, when does this come out? When does this launch?
Let's see. I'm trying to see what date.
I believe this
It's February. It's like in a couple days, right?
This Tuesday, I believe.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah.
There you go,
Oh
Ree.
yeah, and don't they have that game mode date night one where it's just duos?
Yeah. There you go, Ree. That's what we're gonna do for Valentine's.
There you go.
So Tuesday, February 14th at 10 a.m. Pacific.
Hug up with your
1 p.m.
boo. Hug up
Eastern.
with your boo and play some Apex.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Yay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anything?
I'm excited.
Anything
I'm really
else?
excited. This is bold.
Anything else, guys? Because news has been kind of
You wanna
light.
read through the. Oh, I thought you meant on Apex. I was like, you want to read
No.
through the full
I'm talking about like topics. Topics.
I mean, Nintendo had another Direct. There's some stuff that people are excited for after that.
Well, I downloaded Metro Prime. Excellent remaster.
So I want to call this out. It's another Direct with a shadow drop. And now at this point, I feel like every Direct from any publisher must have a shadow drop accompaniment.
Not every.
Because it's just so cool.
Yeah.
Yes, I want it.
Nah, I think
surprise me. Give me something to play that day.
But here's the thing. What happened if companies don't have anything to drop and they have a Direct?
Then don't tell me about your other stuff.
Wow. Well, you know what?
Shut up until you have a game.
Now what we're waiting for is PlayStation to drop something to surprise everyone. That's the next big thing, I believe. So, but yeah, Metro Prime Remaster, excellent game. I love that game when it came out for the GameCube. I'm excited to play the Metro Prime 4, which who knows when that's coming out. So I originally thought Nintendo was going to drop the trilogy as a remaster, but I guess they could probably going to make more money by releasing one by one here and there until 4 comes out, right? So, but yeah, I'm excited for that. Pikmin 4, which I know we were talking about it before the recording.
Yeah, that's on my watch list.
That looks a lot of fun. I love all the Pikmins, and the last one was an amazing game. I know there was something else too. I know they showed a couple of the games here and there, but those are the two that
a little tiny game called Zelda. Tears
of course, Zelda. Forgot about Zelda. Yeah, Zelda
and
looks
Samba
good.
de Amigo. We could dance together.
You know, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that game. They announced it, I was kind of like, meh. I mean, I don't know. Are you excited?
Why not?
All right.
I love dance games.
P, are you excited for that game? Nah? Okay.
Hell no.
Yeah, that's all good.
I do have a question about the Nintendo Direct.
Sure.
Are you shocked or surprised that there was no new Switch mentioned or announced? Do you think that's more of a wait till mid-year E3 type thing?
Not E3. Here,
well, no, it would be their own.
Yeah,
show,
like the past.
The
if you
Nintendo
think about
Direct
it,
that happens right before E3. That goes.
Yes,
Yeah.
but here's the thing, though, Pete. Nintendo is getting to the point where they don't need to show or make any announcements of their new console at E3. They usually would do this like out of nowhere in August or September, like randomly just release a trailer online. It gets 100 million views. Everybody's talking about it, and that's all they need to do. They did that with the Switch, with the OLED, couple announcements like that for like controllers or whatever. They've done it like that without E3. So I'm not surprised that they haven't mentioned anything about their next big thing. But
6
look,
years though. 6 years.
It's been a minute.
but guess what? 122 million units sold. They're in a rush to actually do this? It's not slowing down.
The problem is you've got games like Bayonetta 3 that was supposed to target 60 FPS and failed miserably. Other games that tried to live up to it. Splatoon 3 does it, but only in parts of the arenas. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, much more stable at 30 versus 45 or 60. As technology has increased or improved for every platform, especially with the launch of the Steam Deck, where is Nintendo's response?
Pete,
I know everybody's going to be like, oh, but it's Nintendo. They don't have to. But at some point, you kind of do.
Yeah, look,
I mean, they're porting all the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games that you know and love.
Yeah,
that
but
played at
here
15 FPS.
but here's the thing, Pete. Here's the thing. Look, I love the Steam Deck. Love it. But guess what?
Yes.
The Nintendo Switch has been outselling that handheld by a lot. And even outselling the PS5 and Xbox series. So like Nintendo is not slowing down. They could release this next year, 2 years from now. This year.
I would have given you that answer 2 years ago, or even maybe last year. But it's already been documented that they've lost market. They've lost, I don't even know the word for it, but they've lost the pace. Like PlayStation 5 is outselling the Switch, right? Switch sales have lost steam literally, and figuratively over the past year, and it's not a surprise. So why not take that advantage now and say, okay, well, if they're not ready to at least show it on screen, announce it, and build back up that hype so that people start. Because look, at the end of the day, people have to rebuy the games anyways, because we know Nintendo doesn't care about your library. Because you want to play on a new Switch Pro or Switch 2, rebuy the game.
People still gonna buy it.
People
still gonna buy it, Pete.
I know.
They will.
Yeah, and here's the thing, Pete. Here's the thing. 122 million.
114 actually, but okay.
No, it's 122. The last thing where I read online was 122. That was like recently.
The big install base.
114. When was this? That was months ago, probably.
This was.
Was it February 2023?
December of 22.
No, that's December.
I know.
That's in the past. You're living in the past. I'm talking about now. After December, is 122 million. Look, Nintendo is fine. They're not going broke, bro. Like they announced Zelda. That game is going to be $70, and people are still excited, and they're going to buy it. It's Nintendo. They can do whatever they want, and people are still going to buy it.
I'm honestly surprised they didn't make it 80. I was expecting it to be higher.
Wow, really? 80? Do you think it's just the 90s?
Well, remember, that's Switch OLED and Switch Lite combined is, yes, it's 122.5 million.
Mm-hmm.
But still, that's...
for both
for
SKUs.
all three SKUs. Switch OLED, and Switch Lite.
Oh, all three.
I mean, that's how every company does it.
I get
Everybody
it. I know, 4 SKU Danny. I know, I get it.
Exactly.
There you go. You can have 4 SKU Nintendo. There you go. You finally made it, Danny. You're finally right.
Thank you. I'm always right. Yeah, I don't know. I think here's a question. Look, we usually don't read questions from the chat, from the live stream, but for those who are listening. But here's an interesting question. This is from John Wiki 3000. Any video game Super Bowl ad predictions? Because a couple years back, we've seen a lot of mobile game ads. We got to see the Microsoft controller, right? During the Super Bowl. I'm trying to think of this any other thing besides those two. But do you think it's possible that we might see a video game ad during the Super Bowl? Is that possible?
It's always possible.
Yeah.
I can't comment on any specific predictions, but yes, of course it's possible. Games are huge. It's one of the biggest markets in the world, like obviously.
You know what would be wild? If they shadow drop. I mean, it's not going to happen, but imagine.
I love a good shadow drop. And I'm a marketer, so I appreciate hype and build up, but I love a good shadow drop. It's like, cut all the bullshit. Don't give me all the key messaging points. Like, just show me the game.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine Starfield out now. Yo, the internet will go nuts.
It would be so sick.
Yeah.
It will never happen, but I would love that.
If there's a title that I'm not surprised to see, it would be either Destiny 2 or Star Wars Jedi Survivor. At minimum, one of those two. Because those are the ones that are dropping.
As an ad?
Those are the ones dropping in the next month.
Yeah. It's well, I don't know if Microsoft is going to do anything. We probably would have known by now, like a Game Pass ad or something like that, and show all the big games that come out this year. But
to like pre-release it, like a lot of folks have been doing with their Super Bowl ads.
Yeah, but I don't know if they will do that. PlayStation?
We'll probably see that PlayStation Hogwarts Legacy package that they've been rolling. It'll probably show up at the beginning or the end, not halftime or anything like that.
I don't think so. Not for that. I think. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't even think Jedi Survivor gets the thing. If it's going to be a big one, it's going to be a big title. Something along the lines of a Legend of Zelda, Starfield, or Spider-Man 2. Nintendo.
Nintendo had a Super Bowl ad. I forgot.
They could do Tears of the
The
Kingdom.
movie?
No.
They had
for Zelda.
They had a Super Bowl ad promoting the Switch.
Oh, there you
And
go.
they had like multiple.
There you go.
Yeah, but that
Switch
was
Pro. They're in the Super Bowl.
nah. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Imagine
One for each SKU.
that would be cool. That would be cool. But yeah, like who? I'm just wondering, like, which is gonna be like the first big game shadow drop out now during the Super Bowl? Because I remember watching the Super Bowl, and they had a Cloverfield related movie a couple years back that came out on Netflix. I mean, the movie was kind of like, but it was like
kind of
out now. Ew, I didn't like that one. I love Cloverfield. That movie was not that great. I forgot the name of it. It was so bad. It was so bad. You really enjoyed that one, Pete?
I didn't. Did I say
Can
I
you
did?
tell us what name it is?
You
What is it? What are you talking about?
I forgot the name of it. It's related to
The one in
Cloverfield.
space?
It's in space, yeah. I didn't like that one at all. I fell asleep. I'm like,
there's 10
sucks.
Cloverfield Lane and Cloverfield Paradox.
There you go. Paradox.
Cloverfield Lane was like in the middle of the farm. I like that one. I enjoyed that one.
You're thinking Paradox.
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 Didn't like
Space.
it. Space. Garbage. Garbage. But hey, look, I would like to see stuff like that, man. Shadow Drop out now during the Super Bowl.
So shadow drop in movies? That's what you're going for?
Yeah, why not?
All right, sure.
Well, but that one
Netflix
works.
can do it.
That one works because it was streaming. You get what I'm saying? So, but an actual game like that, why not? Forget about E3. Going to E3, just do it to the Super Bowl, and that's it. You're good.
Someone will do it eventually.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So I guess no predictions, right, from us? Got no
man.
piece.
I'm not even gonna watch it. I'm gonna be asleep.
I mean,
Hey.
I'm gonna say we'll probably see the ones we've already seen
Yeah.
because we already know they're out there.
Yeah, it's all good. All right. Ree. First of all, thank you for coming, joining us. It was a lot of fun. Again,
for having
hopefully we
me.
have you the next season of Apex. No, but you would like to promote, what's good and what's good podcast and your Twitter, anything,
That great coffee mug.
Yeah,
and your coffee mug.
yeah. If you want the what is it? The Powerful Girls, Powerful Girls mug, you can catch it at what'sgoodgames.com merch. Listen to What's Good Games. We're out every Friday at any podcast service around. And you can follow me specifically on Twitter. That's Rihanna Tweets Now. RIANA Tweets Now.
Yeah, make sure to go ahead and follow her and tell her that we sent you. All right. All right, Pete.
Felt threatening the way you just said that.
Hey, if not, I'll kick their butt. Hey, Pete. So, anything going on with you this week?
Nah, just a lot of work.
Work.
Basically, and I will not be on next week. I do have to travel for work.
Here
gotta-
comes Pete taking these pictures from whatever places going around the world.
Don't be
He's
mad.
like, hey,
Don't
guys,
be mad because I was in Marrakesh.
Drone
Don't be
shots.
mad 'cause I
drone
was in Marrakesh
shots,
stuff
and
like
him
that.
swimming like this in the middle of the ocean. Oh, come on,
right.
Pete.
Right.
You know?
I'll send you the schedule. I'll send you the schedule so you're aware.
Okay, all right, cool. It's all good. But yeah, we're actually going to Dice next week.
Nice.
That's gonna be a lot of fun. Again, Dice is not a E3 or PAX or anything. It's more for networking purposes, workshops, like that type of thing. So for people from the gaming industry, they're gonna have some an award show. They're probably gonna be there too. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. So
Yeah, you might see us in the audience at the awards.
yeah, you never know. So yeah, check us out there. And I have a couple things coming up, or people already know. They already see me playing Return on PC. I'll talk about it when the time is, well, I'm allowed to talk about it. And there's a couple surprises for reviews. And yeah, just stay tuned. Get ready. That's it. All right, until next time, everyone. Thank you for listening to episode 1244. For a second there, I forgot the number. Thank you for listening. Until next time, we're out. Peace.
Thanks for listening to Gamertag Radio. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.